Hi ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to my review, my book review, where I review the books that I read on the 12 past months, so the past year basically. It is the first time in English, so I'm kind of stressed, but it will be fine. So I will do it kind of quickly and simple. So I am a big fan of Japanese authors. I've read some like 2 or 3 of them, and the more known of them, or at least the most sold abroad Japan, is Haruki Murakami. So I wanted to give it a try. And 1Q84 was, from what I understood, his masterpiece. One of his masterpieces. There's like 1 or 2 that are others that are really known, but I wanted to start big, so I started this trilogy. So basically, it's not the book from George Orwell, but it's kind of the same idea. Let's say it is an alternative reality. So each book is a story on about 4 months, let's say. So the trilogy is about 1 year in Tokyo. So from one chapter to the other, we change the point of view. So one chapter it will be Tengo that will tell his story, and after it will be Aomami. They are approximately the same age, and basically we follow what happened to them. So it's kind of a fantastic book. I will put the link for a video, for an animation that shows what is happening more or less in the book, and it is a complete mess. Like you can't expect what is happening. It's really hard to explain. I did not really enjoy, honestly, the book. For me it was way too long. It took me like 11 months to read them, not because I read slow, but because I just did not wanted to come back, because from one chapter to the other, it was always the same things that were said. It was always flashbacks, like the chapters are really long, like on 30 pages chapters, it's like 20 pages flashback or something that were already said before, and 10 pages of useless thing, like someone approaching, oh, anyway. And maybe in this chapter there will be like 1 or 2 sentences that will make some progress in the story, but honestly it was way too long, and in the end the story developed so much mysteries, and I understand that mysteries is not necessarily made to be explained, but here it was mystery, a new mystery, and in the end you feel kind of robbed, because nothing is explained, nothing at all, and the end is not even satisfying. You're just like, oh, okay. So I did not really enjoy. I don't really recommend 1Q84, but maybe I recommend other books from him, like Kafka sur le rivage in French. I don't have the English. I will share it somewhere. Anyway, so this was the first one that I took almost 1 year to read, and I kind of regret it, because I would have loved to read something else, basically. Hopla. Then I am a big fan of some movies from the stories of Stephen King. There is one guy that is approaching the tower. Oh. And I wanted to give it a try to read them, because it is an author basically, and someone, how do you say, told me to read this one, so I gave it a try. And I understand really well why the books of Stephen King are well used in the making of movies, because the storyline is so simple, but it has a great pace. Like I read it in 5 days, and it's it's really full pages. Huh? It's 600 pages, a little bit more, and yes, I read it in 5 days because it's really thrilling, and once you start, you just can't stop. You just and the chapters are quite fast, so you really follow the path, and it's really nice. So it is the story of Louis Creed, a young, how do you say, doctor that come in a new city, a small city, more a village, with his whole family, so his wife and his 2 kids, and they have a new house, a huge house, and behind this house there is a pet cemetery. So it's kind of a cemetery, but just for pets, and there will be some horrific things that will happen throughout the story. So everything that is happening, you expect it to happen, in fact, but it is really well done. You can turn one page and be like, wow, what is happening? What I just read. I am getting attacked. Anyway, so I really recommend it. It was a great reading. It was smooth reading, and yeah, really nice. I recommend it. Then on the next week, I read Allemande. So Allemande, the name of the story, the name of the book, is for the amygdalae that we have in our brain, and basically the main protagonist, Yoon-jae, he has some issues with his amygdalae, and they are really small, and the consequence to this is that the young guy has no emotion at all. He has no fear, no compassion, cannot understand love, nothing. And so we see he tell his story about his teenage years throughout his own eyes, and basically he will explain how the relationships that he could have will help him to understand the people and the world that is around him. So it is such a nice book, really easy to read. The chapters are like 2 pages. There is a lot of blank space. You can read it in I read it in 5 days too, like Cemetery, but really with a calm pace, not reading fast at all. And it is really, how do you say, refreshing book, let's say, and you will just love the protagonist, and it's so easy to read, and as they say, it is a tender exploration of the adolescence. So the author is Won-Pyung. I should have started by this. So this is a woman, a Korean woman, and I heard about this book. Basically, this book was known because a K-pop star talked about it in an interview. So after the selling of this book exploded, basically. So I'm not a big fan I'm not a K-pop stan, let's say. But it became famous, and I heard about this thanks to this. So thanks K-pop stars. I don't remember the name. So I recommend it really warmly, easy to read, and so nice, so refreshing. So this is it for the book that I read this year. Then I will talk about the book that I am reading right now. So in English I don't know, but in French I'm not reading, I am hearing, because it's an audiobook, but I'm hearing Le Rouge et le Noir from Stendhal. So I am approximately in the middle. I found such a great audiobook, like there is one voice actor for each character. There is, how do you say, like sounds like this when someone is tapping at the door. He's knocking at the door. It's so nice to hear. So I am approximately in the middle. I will talk more about it next year. And until now, it is really good. Then, for reading this time, I'm reading The Catcher in the Rye from J.D. Salinger. I didn't know at all about it. I know sometimes in the United States it is recommended in schools. So I'm really in the beginning. I can't talk much about it, but I love the look of the book. Like that's why I took the English version. And that's it. That's it for the review of this year. And see you next year. Ciao.